gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Shondell Wilbur. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another episode of the Buried a Booking Podcast, Wrestling Podcast. My name is Dell. That is Devin. Devin, Happy New Year. First episode of the new year. How are you?
Doing good. Excited to be here. Chewing on cashews, so I'm choking. I shouldn't have ate those fuckers before I hit the record button. Yeah,
hey, look,
it's the New Year's though.
Yeah, New Year. Pretty eventful week, I'll say, starting the new year in the world of professional wrestling. And
Make it to the top.
Yeah, look, man, let's just jump in. We got a couple topics I want to hit about this week and about, what could potentially happen going forward through the new year, through 2024. Now, let's just start right at day one, which was WWE Monday Night Raw Day 1 edition. They tried to give you the almost the atmosphere of like a premium live event for this one. They had the title match with Rollins and McIntyre. You had Ivy Nile and Rhea. You had some other things that we'll talk about. But what were your standouts on the Day 1 edition of Monday Night Raw?
But stood out the first thing that hit me as going through the Becky Lynch and Knox match was good.
Oh yeah. So Nia Jax and Becky Lynch, first time ever. They've been doing the story for a little bit here since Nia Jax came back, with Becky Lynch wanting to get that win, wanting to pretty much prove that, it wasn't just the fact that Nia broke her face that turned her into the man, and this and that. But very surprising here, Nia Jax got the win. At least surprising for me. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I thought maybe they'll just do like a blow off, give Becky the win, and then, Becky Lynch can get her momentum moving into the Royal Rumble and doing all that stuff. But no, Nia Jax got a win here. Punched her in the face again, and
yeah. I feel as though this story is going to get bigger between them two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is just the first one. It's going to be a back and forth, push and pull type situation going on between them. What else stood out? Oh, my man from Imperium.
Oh, Giovanni Vinci went down with a
crack in the head.
Yeah, nasty little kick he took there, and then he just kind of half helicoptered and landed pretty bad there. So hopefully he's good.
Yeah, I saw when he whispered in the ear of Kofi, like he's behind him, and he whispered something in his ear, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? You don't usually have that much conversation that blatantly. But he probably told him, like, yo, I'm hurt.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Whatever. That's what you get paid for. You get paid to take a boot to the head every once in a while.
Yeah, look, man, things happen. The ref called for the X. They stopped the match.
And
unfortunate.
Jey Uso and them was like, what happened?
Yeah, Jay was pissed because Jay didn't get a chance to do anything in the match. Nothing at all.
He don't really do much when he's in the ring anyway. Well. Jay. Daughter walking around with a Yeet sweatshirt on, all crazy.
Yeah. So how did this happen? How you have a Yeeter in the house now?
Yeah, she loves wrestling now. SmackDown and Raw is her thing. She can't watch AEW though. No AEW.
Okay.
Does
she not like it, or is it?
Well, I don't think AEW is really. It's too gritty.
Okay.
For her age, she's
a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of language.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of
You know,
Okay.
WWE is more, I don't, kid friendly.
Yeah,
If
some
you
more,
know, I'm
yeah,
gonna put it that
yeah.
way. So she's been watching Raw, SmackDown, past shows, all the pay-per-views, all of them.
Okay,
She's been on Peacock and Hulu.
that's okay.
She's been going crazy. She's mad when Hulu, because we don't use live TV in our house.
Okay,
So when SmackDown was on, she's like, it comes on at 8:00. I'm like, well, we can't stream it. You gotta wait till it uploads to Hulu.
she didn't like that.
She was pissed. Pissed. So Saturday came around and she was like, it's 3:00. Where's SmackDown? I can't watch SmackDown. Like she
wants her SmackDown.
she needed her SmackDown. But she likes Jey Uso.
Okay,
She don't like the bloodline. She said that Jimmy Uso's weak and pathetic.
that's awesome.
She's a Bianca Belair fan.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she got her picks.
Okay,
You know, she's enjoying it, and she had some money, and was like, you know what, I want to buy some apparel. I'm not gonna stop you. You got
Yeah,
the
but
money.
if she wants
That
to,
first thing she wanted that Yeet sweatshirt, and I was like, you know what? All right, I'm not gonna fight you on it.
that's awesome.
That's $70 sweatshirt.
Yeah, those things aren't the cheapest.
Good quality.
They better be.
Yeah, but $70?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I gotta pay shipping in here. I gotta put money on this for this.
By the time you get it, it's like you spend like $120.
Yeah, it came pretty fast though.
Yeah, they're really good about their stuff. Like it usually doesn't take as long as they say it's gonna come. Yeah, it usually gets there pretty quickly. But yeah, so no real showcase for Jey Uso.
No, he'd be alright.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's from Rumble season, so you know,
Yeah.
and potentially we're gonna get to Jimmy and Jay will possibly wind up starting their feud that might run into WrestleMania around now. So we're gonna see a lot of Jey Uso. That's my prediction. I'm pretty much thinking something will happen at the Rumble, and then it'll start them going back and forth, and then we'll work our way to WrestleMania between Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah, because we didn't really come here to see any of the Usos. We came here to watch Miz TV. That was hilarious.
Yeah, Miz TV, Judgment Day, R-Truth.
So funny. It was so funny. Like, we all know DJ's he's not in Judgment Day. He's out.
Oh, McDonough, JD McDonough.
Yeah, JD McDonough. I call him DJ. JD McDonough. He's out of Judgment Day. We all know this. He just hasn't wrapped it around his head that he's out.
It wasn't a real stipulation. It's real to everyone else, though.
It's real to me. He's out.
He's not in
out.
Judgment Day.
You're not in Judgment Day. You're a waste of space anyway. But that was entertaining. It was a nice little breather.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't nothing too serious. Good to see R-Truth in the ring doing things, and
yeah, you know what? I'm actually not. I'm not hating the babyface run of Miz as much as I thought I would be. So it's actually working out, pretty well.
Yeah.
And then of course, they did the Awesome Truth thing, and then Truth is saying he's gonna follow Dominic Mysterio's lead because he's in the Truth still thinks he's in the Judgment Day, and it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, one of the best parts of the show for me. I had a great time with that. That was great.
Yeah. So the other part of Judgment Day was busy in the form of Rhea Ripley defending the women's world championship against Ivy Nile here. He gave Ivy a lot. So they let you know that, you know, Ivy Nile is going to be a player moving forward on Monday Night Raw, hopefully. I mean, the match wasn't bad. It was, you know, touch and go in the beginning, like a couple spots, but, you know, everything, the match was fine.
Yeah. No problem with that, Ivy Nile.
Yeah, no.
I actually like to see more of her.
Yeah, no, she was really good in NXT. Her and the Creed brothers, and you know, part of Diamond Mine, who and your boy Roderick Strong was a part of that as well before he went to before he went to AEW. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I'm pretty sure clearly WWE has a lot in store for the Creed brothers. They seem to got a rocket on their back for, you know, in terms of being on TV, being involved in stories and matches and things like that. So, you know, 2024 probably going to be looking up for the Creed brothers.
Yeah, they're probably going to get some tag team championships.
Yeah. But yeah, so speaking of championships, again, we had Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, which was the main event of the night. Rollins retaining, but how did you feel about this match?
It was cool. He came out with the fucking sword again. Jesus Christ! Every time I see that, make me wanna.
Yeah. Every time I see it now, I cringe because I'm like, oh, Devin's gonna hate that.
I hate that sword thing. You so much better than that. So much. You can keep your Claymore attack and all that other good stuff. Your roots, but leave the sword behind. Leave the sword behind. I'm done with it. I've been done with it.
Yeah, we're never with it to begin with.
No. And I thought that was funny. Damian trying to come out, trying to cash in. Why? Every time you try to come out, somebody spoils it for you.
Yeah, that should just be the thing. Like, if it's not going to happen, he just needs to just, like, every week or every other week or something, just come out and just, you know, just have that. It should actually expire with him trying to cash in every time and just not being able to actually cash.
How long does it last?
Calendar year. So from when he won it. So he has a year. So from the past Money in the Bank. So he's got until this Money in the Bank to cash it in.
Wow. They should make it so he doesn't get to cash it in.
Yeah, it should just expire. He'd be the first person to have the Money in the Bank contract just expire.
Every time Seth is there, that's what they should do. Every time Seth is there, either on stage cutting a promo or wrestling, he should come out and somebody should interfere. All the time.
No matter what. Seth's involved in other storylines, but Damian comes out and tries to cash in. And something else happens.
Yeah. See, they need to have hire me as a writer.
See? Look at that.
WWE, let me know. I'll give all this up.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. This is gone.
Yeah. No, I probably still do the podcast though. From the show.
There you go. There you go. It could be I don't know if Corey Graves' podcast is still going on. I think it was like After the Bell or something. I don't know if that's still going. You can just move right on into that spot.
Slide in. Give me that spot.
There you go.
I barely know what I'm talking about.
You're getting there. You're getting there. We started this podcast right after SummerSlam. And, you know, you jump back into wrestling then, and look, man, week after week, you're getting there.
22 episodes.
Yeah, you've gotten from me. So that's what, 22 weeks.
Yeah,
we've been doing this. So you've gotten familiar with certain people. You know, you got
my predictions be spot on.
You got okay, yeah. Predictions are starting to, start to pan out. You got okay with Rollins's wardrobe choices.
Yeah.
Came around to Cody Rhodes. Still not liking LA Knight.
No, fuck LA Knight.
Nah. But yeah, it's but look, by SummerSlam, by this year's SummerSlam, you'll have a whole year under your belt.
Yeah.
No pun intended,
which is wild. Decades of not watching wrestling.
Yeah, jumping right back in.
Jumping right back into it.
See, the daughters got Yeet merchandise.
Yeah. Which is surprising. Like, that was a shock. Like, she don't usually get into too many violent type things, but she has dove headfirst into this. Watches it. Tries to spoil episodes and
That's awesome.
Like, that's crazy. Shut up, lady.
Hey, look, man, she's going to.
She got a belt.
She's going to. See?
Yeah.
She's going to enjoy the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rumble season.
She's excited for Royal Rumble. And WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She's ready for all that. She's going to start watching some NXT.
Okay.
Because she watched the last one, and she's like, oh, there's a lot of women wrestlers on NXT.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's going to start watching some NXT.
Okay. All right.
Because she also likes Willow Nightingale.
Okay, from AEW. Okay.
Yeah. So, because she saw Willow on, it's probably some clip somewhere she was watching online. And I told her who she was. I'm like, oh, well, there's tons of women other than you see on SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah. And
I'm like, you should try NXT. And she watched NXT and she enjoyed NXT.
Okay.
Then I had to start watching when she's checking out because you hitting buttons on.
Yeah, you never
online.
Know. Right.
Gotta make sure you ain't watching something you ain't got no business watching.
Absolutely. Parenting is key, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Parenting is key. But you know what? That's actually a perfect way to pivot for a quick second. We're going to get back to WWE because clearly there's something we definitely have to talk about in the world of WWE. But while we're on the subject of women's wrestlers and women's wrestling, and as you mentioned with Willow Nightingale, I wanted to bring up the topic, as we often talk about here on the Bury the Booking podcast, the AEW's women's division and the lack of content that we get from AEW's women's division. I wanted to talk a little bit about this past week because there's a chance things could change. Things should change. Things need to change. There are a lot of moving parts in AEW's women's division and potential moving parts in AEW's women's division to completely revitalize this thing and to completely turn the corner and turn things around in terms of it being something to watch, like a must see attraction for AEW, and that could help bring more people to AEW, like leaning on the women's division. So I want to talk about like the roster with AEW and Deonna Purrazzo debuting on Dynamite. So if you're not familiar with Deonna, I used to see her all the time wrestling in Ring of Honor. She Impact Wrestling, now part of AEW, just out freaking standing in a ring, like just amazing competitor and a real get and a real win for AEW. Again, the problem is AEW doesn't like featuring women a lot, but Deonna's somebody that you need to feature. You need to have on the show, on the roster, and just work her in. And I'm looking at the women's division. We seen at the at the pay-per-view, and earlier on this week, we've seen some more vignettes from Serena Deeb, who's making her way back. Serena Deeb, again, just in terms of in-ring, she calls herself the Professor. Serena Deeb is freaking awesome. Got a few matches for you to watch if you need reference for her in-ring abilities. You have Thunder Rosa just coming back. You got we're featuring Willow, featuring Sky Blue, who should be Sky Black, and Julia Hart and Toni Storm and
Rio getting championship matches.
yeah. Rio getting championship matches aside, we also have looming over AEW. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but looming over the very real potential of us getting Mercedes Moné as a part of AEW, which should bring eyes to AEW's women's division. And we still don't know. Reports came out a few weeks back that the talks between her returning to WWE fell through, and AEW is the likely landing point for Mercedes. So AEW has a real chance, especially if that becomes official. AEW has a real chance of bringing the women to the forefront. You also figure stars like Jamie Hayter is going to be making her return in 2024 from injury, and just like they got talent. They have them.
They have 35 women
in abundance. Like, they have them.
Yeah,
we just need to see them. And I hopefully with as many people that we see coming back, making their returns and coming over, like Deanna and possibly Mercedes, and with Jamie coming back, and you still have Britt Baker that hasn't been on TV, and other women like that. Like, there's a real opportunity to have AEW be known for women's wrestling, and they need to be known for something right now. And I feel like the women's wrestling they have it. They just need to present it to us. So, do you think that they jump on this opportunity to actually give us more women's wrestling in 2024?
They need to, because they're, like I said, there's 35 women on the roster right now. 35. I've probably seen 10 of them.
Maybe.
And some I know, some I don't know. But how am I going to get invested in your product if I'm not seeing these people wrestle?
You got some of them that you have, they have some of them that are on Ring of Honor that nobody's really watching Ring of Honor a lot. You got Athena over there, as the champion. And just so under the AEW umbrella, like, the women's talent is there. It really is. We just need to see them involved in things. We have Toni Storm doing her thing. We have Julia Hart, and the situation with Sky. You got Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale right now. So it seems like we are seeing more women,
but not enough.
And I feel like, AEW gets a lot of heat, not good heat, from, just existing, right? So having AEW lean on something that could be a strength, and I do believe that the women's division can be that strength for them and become like something that people turn to. So, we already know what WWE does. WWE is, they're their own thing. So you're going to have, you're going to be entertained by the men and women. And they do women's division, like, they have focal point storylines and things like that. That is, nobody even, that's what they do. So you're going to get a good product coming out of that. But AEW has been taking taking the hits and the brunt of criticism a lot for their lack of women's division. So I feel like if they lean into it, turn it around, and bring us the women's division and elevate it and actually have it become something synonymous with AEW, that could be the thing that, that could be a big selling point to turn more people to AEW. Like, look, AEW's women's division is at the forefront of professional wrestling, and you got the talent to showcase that. You got people there that that can go in the ring and, if given opportunities, can be in stories and do this and that. I feel like if they present that to us, that could be the thing for AEW. AEW could be known for that.
But the thing I'm having when AEW presents women, it feels like they're just planted.
Yes.
Like, this is
we're just throwing something out there for the sake of having them. So you can't
Exactly.
say that we didn't have a women's match on the card. Here's this, or
Because,
for the sake, yeah, I totally
look at
get
the
that.
situation between, like, the situation that was between Abaddon and Julia Hart.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue where the rival was coming from. No understanding of what the beef was between them.
Julia Hart was like, I can't figure Abaddon out. And we're like, okay, she's, Abaddon's creepy. Julia Hart's creepy. She's interested in Abaddon because she doesn't get a vibe off of
Come
Abaddon?
on, you can do better than that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can do much better than that. Like, why is Blue Sky still walking around? Where's the information about her? Where's the in depth? What is she doing?
Yeah, so like
is she joining House of Black? Is she not?
Right, yeah, so she's clearly, so Sky Blue's clearly under the influence of the mist from Julia Hart, but I don't know. But sometimes you see her without Julia. I feel like if they're doing that, like, Julia Hart should always be with Sky Blue and vice versa. If they're doing that, because like you said, it's, if you just throw her in random matches, it kind of loses a little bit of the mystique and I guess some of the steam off of the storyline by, oh, here's Sky Blue in a random women's match against Kiera Hogan, but where's Julia? Where's it? Maybe like Julia Hart could be like her, like manager, like an influence or something like that could give her an edge. Like, she stares at her a certain way, and then, like, Julia, Sky Blue can, intensify and, get a meaner streak in the ring, or Julia Hart calls her to do different, more violent or, stuff in the ring that could, change her persona a little bit. But I completely get what you're saying. Just feels a lot of that stuff just feels randomly just thrown at the wall for the sake of giving us something on, something women. So you can't say, hey, we didn't see a women's match. Yeah, you did. You saw such and such versus such and such for no reason.
Like another situation like this Mariah May thing. Who
Yes.
cares?
Now, Mariah May is awesome in Stardom. She had a really good match. I don't know where we're going. Like, you could get somewhere with this. So, like, there's potential here. You have her, I guess, super fan of Toni Storm thing could turn into, ultimately turning into, her turning on Tony, or something like that, being so obsessive and turning on Tony and things like that. Cool, great, but like, Tony's in the midst of her title reign right now. I feel like you can hang on that a little bit. You got Deonna just debuted. Deonna seems to be going after Tony. I hope they don't do that so soon, because I feel like if they do and there's a title match, maybe you take the title off of Tony too soon. Maybe, you put the title on Deonna too soon or hand her a loss too soon. You don't want to do either one of those things. So I feel like you want to keep them apart a little bit. So maybe she does feud with Mariah May, but Mariah May just came in, and Mariah May needs wins because she's an awesome wrestler. So I don't think Deonna should get in a feud with Mariah either. And then Deonna
Didn't she
beats
kick
Mariah.
her in the face?
Yeah.
See, my thing is this. I think my problem with the AEW thing is the story isn't clear for me.
More than fair.
The wrestling is great.
Yes.
But the build up, the reason whys, the drama, the push and pull, you got
We
CW
need better
writers.
stories. We need better stories. And the thing is, you know, a lot of the booking decisions comes from one guy. So that one guy's doing a billion other things. So
He need to step back. You know, email me, let me know. Put something together for you.
he's got tons of brilliant minds that work there. Just let people handle things.
Well, here's the thing. You got Adam Copeland. He's not going to do nothing with his life. He had a bullshit throwaway match, which was, I'll challenge anybody. Shut up.
So, yeah, that was...
Dumb.
Yeah.
What he need to do, put a suit on and pull a Triple H.
Be like a general manager or something?
Yeah.
Or
Get out the ring. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't. I don't need you.
Maybe AEW could use a authoritative figure like a GM or something like that to, you know, maybe it would add a different dynamic to the show. Perhaps.
So that weird guy. What's the owner? What's his name?
Tony Khan?
Tony Khan? Yeah, he got it. Shut up.
Well, he's the man behind everything. He does it all.
Up.
He does it all in AEW, and there's a lot to the detriment because, you know, you have Tony Khan just doing everything, and it's you need people. You need help. Especially if you're trying to expand and get more people to see the show, because, you know, it's a core fan base and there's no really wiggle room for new people to come on, new people to watch it, because it's just catered to us, the people who watch it, and it's not getting out there to cast a wider net, as I've said, you know, before. It doesn't. There's nothing that says, "Oh my God, I have to watch this next week. I have to watch and see what's going on," or creating this, "Oh my God," moment. Like, yo, turn on AEW right now. Like, this is what has to happen. Like, yo, I'll call you real quick. Yo, such and such just happened. Turn on right now. I mean, we've had some of those moments, like when people debuted and things like that, but nothing to where it'll keep you for weeks. You know what I mean? Nothing that is going to be like, all right, something's happening now, and it's a clear indication of what's going to happen in the future, because AEW changes up so often. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like, this one moment could be cool this week, and then next week you get just like a bunch of random matches for no reason, and we're like, all right, well, that just fell flat.
What needs to change is Tony Khan's haircut. Cut that, get a high top fade or something.
Get a high top
something.
fade.
You need to cut that back, because you look tired. You look overworked. You gonna run this thing into the ground.
Yeah, that's what we don't need.
They got to do something.
Yeah.
You're gonna start losing fan base.
Right.
It's gonna go downhill when tickets start being like $25.
Right. Just like, hey, just come on.
just filling seats.
And then right now you got, as we talked about, it's we're getting towards jumping back to WWE real quick. We're going, and a counter for that is we're getting to Royal Rumble. We're building to WrestleMania, and right now this is WWE's time. Like this, they are thriving right now. They are red freaking hot because 'tis the season. It's the beginning of the year. Everything's happening, and what bigger bombshell to drop than on day one when they had the return of a former WWE World Champion, Jinder Mahal.
I didn't know who that was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you missed the whole Jinder, the whole Jinder thing. Yeah, G, you missed
I was
the
looking.
Jinder
I'm
title
like,
reign. Yeah. That was a wild time in WWE. Jinder Mahal as WWE champion. It was, yeah, that was wild. But they did a sharp pivot because it wasn't actually Jinder Mahal they gave us. They gave us the return of The Rock. And
so is the show done? Is he, because he a franchise killer? So we just gonna say Raw is over?
No. So now this. So the return
got other things to do.
The return of The Rock is something that people, I guess, didn't think was going to happen now because we were leaning towards something else. But the fact that we got it completely blew everyone out of the water. And it's The Rock. It's The Rock in WWE. So it's like the most massive thing that could possibly happen. And the most massive thing that could possibly happen at this point in time. Like I said, we're in Royal Rumble season, we're in WrestleMania season, and The Rock returned, and everybody was waiting to find out if we had some inkling or some glimmer of hope that we would potentially find out if we were going to get the match that everyone has been waiting for, the match that everyone thought would happen a few years ago, and then the year after that, and the year after that, the match that everybody is looking forward to. And The Rock did actually say the thing during the promo, and when he asked if he said he was going out to eat, and he asked everybody, where should he sit? He said, should he sit at a booth, at the bar, or at the head of the table? And you heard the reaction of everybody. The entire everybody went completely bananas because you're leaning into The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and in the world of
Roman Reigns whoop his ass.
In the world of WWE, that is the match. That is it. Because you have Roman Reigns, who is the face of WWE. Roman Reigns is the guy, longest reigning champion, head of the table, tribal chief, versus arguably the person who is the head of the table of that bloodline, who is the tribal chief of that bloodline, who is the top of that family, and that is The Rock. So you got the person that, who is currently doing the thing versus the guy who has been doing the thing, and the guy that was the name, and the guy that is the name still, that the guy that's currently doing the thing hasn't beaten. So, WrestleMania?
Oh, Roman Reigns wiped the floor with him.
There's no point in The Rock beating Roman Reigns. None at all.
No.
None.
Rock is usually like 51.
The match should happen. Roman should totally go over. However, which leads everyone to also on the counter of that, everyone was excited about this. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, we might get The Rock and Roman. We might actually get The Rock and Roman at Mania, WrestleMania." And then people were like, "Wait a minute, what the hell is Cody Rhodes going to do at WrestleMania? Weren't we getting Cody finishing the story at Mania again?"
No.
So does that just go away now? This is
no, because Nakamura ending it. Nakamura's ending it. He's ending the story. The chapter, he already wrote it down. Just waiting for the ink to dry.
Shinsuke is going to completely just Cody Rhodes is going to go back to like a jobber after Shinsuke beats. This is no more Cody Rhodes.
No more Cody Rhodes. Shoot.
But yeah, so what does this do? What does this do for Cody now? Like what happens now? Like, so in my mind, we get Roman and we get The Rock at WrestleMania 40. So that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Cody Rhodes fit into these plans? How does he finish the story?
Or he gets a title fight after the WrestleMania.
And then there's no point. Then they should have did it last year at WrestleMania. It doesn't mean anything now. I mean, Cody Rhodes winning the WWE Universal Championship, winning the title is the thing that Cody's looking for. So that is the goal. That is the big moment for Cody, but it's got to be at a show. It's got to be at Mania. It's got to be at the show. It's got to be at the biggest shows. Like, Cody has to have that moment because the winning the title is about that moment. Finishing the story is not only winning the title, but where you win the title. And there's no bigger show than WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So Cody winning the title at Mania was kind of the thing that everyone was like, all right, well, damn it, he didn't win last year's WrestleMania. Roman had to hit that, had to hit the record mark, and Roman's continuing the title reign. Well, maybe it's this year, and they planted a few seeds, with Cody dropping some hints, saying some things, having a little stare down with Roman on SmackDown some months ago and stuff like that. So we're like, all right, you guys are clearly still keeping it in our minds that Cody is going after Roman to get that win and to finish the story essentially. But now with The Rock here, what happens?
Who knows?
What happens now? What happens at the Rumble? And now in my mind, I'm thinking. In my mind, I think Punk wins the Rumble. I think Punk wins the Rumble. He challenges Rollins. We have Rollins and Punk at Mania. Most likely you'll get The Rock and Roman. Most likely. I'm just saying, it's right there. Why wouldn't you lean in? Like, we got April's around the corner. When does Cody get his story finished? Do we have to wait again? And then does that mean Roman keeps the title for another year? And then,
damn.
what happens here? Like, what happens? Like,
I think they're figuring it out too.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. Like,
playing it by ear.
Yeah, like possibly The Rock coming in. Maybe there was a thing where they didn't know they were going to get The Rock for certain, and now that they do, now it's like, all right, we do have him. We can do WrestleMania. What do we do with everything else?
Yeah, you got The Rock because he got fired from everything. Everything. So he has some free time. He has some free time. Nobody wants him in movies.
I mean, and then Mania, I think the XFL is merging with the UFL, and they're doing right around WrestleMania time, so that's a perfect tie-in, perfect promotion for that. You have The Rock, you got that football league debuting and all around WrestleMania time. So I mean, it's there. All of that stuff is there. But what happens now? Like, it's going to be very interesting to figure out what shape things take, especially at the Royal Rumble. So I think we'll probably officially start knowing what to expect after the Royal Rumble. So like once the Royal Rumble's over, we can start seeing where the pieces go. Like I said, I'm predicting something between Jimmy and Jay that'll lead to a match at Mania. Possibly Punk wins the Rumble. There's your Rollins match. They lean into that. Rock Roman. I mean, you can't not do it at Mania. You can't not.
I need more information before I can make my predictions.
It's WrestleMania 40. Like, you can't not. You know, it's one of those years, and it's a big.
Mm-hmm.
You can't not do it at Mania. But Cody can't finish his story somewhere else.
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes. He'll be alright. He'll be alright.
Is he?
Yeah. He'll be alright. He ain't doing nothing right now either.
I mean, you know, once the Shinsuke stuff is over, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're just like, look, we're just gonna marry you and Shinsuke to until SummerSlam. you guys wrestle till August. I don't know.
No, I'm trying to wait till Shinsuke go after like Roman. He gotta go after somebody. Because Cody's kind of he can't stick with Cody too much longer.
Right? Yeah, the feud's ending. Like, the feud's ending.
Yeah. So
I thought it was over when they had the last match, but
pick somebody else.
I don't know, man. We'll see. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be really, really, really interesting to see how things take shape.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild the next couple. Well, WrestleMania is in 20 days, ain't it? January 27th.
That's
WrestleMania,
the
Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, you know, once the Rumble happens, we'll see what Mania is gonna start shaping up to look like. I don't know, man. I'm saying Rock and Roman at Mania.
As long as the Rock get beat up, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no reason.
When Cena came back, he got beat up.
Yeah, there's no reason for the Rock to win that match at all, none. But
to be honest, there's no reason for him to be here.
I mean, what better way to solidify and put that stamp on Roman Reigns, who is your current guy, than to beat the Rock? Like, that's the only person that's left it's the only person left for him to beat, to, you know, I am the tribal chief. I am the head of the table. You brought the Rock out here. You brought the guy who's, you know, the breadwinner of the family. You brought the guy who's, you know, I beat him.
Yeah, the franchise killer.
I beat him. I beat him. Now I'm officially the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it in. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We got to see what the next couple shows bring up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we gotta see how heavy they lean on this. Like, you know, it happened this week. They leaned on it on SmackDown. They showed the clip, showed everything. They definitely made a lot of mention of the fact that The Rock did mention that. So the more they lean on it, the more it's like, okay, you're guiding us to this big match. You're guiding us to this match. So I don't know, man.
Doesn't he have a fatal 4-way?
Roman, yeah.
Yeah.
At the Rumble, it's going to be Roman, LA Knight, AJ, and Randy. Based off of, you know, him coming out there and ruining the triple threat match on SmackDown. so he won himself a fatal 4-way. But I mean, come on, Roman's walking away with the title. He's not losing the championship in a fatal 4-way. Not this close to WrestleMania season at all. But, you know, like I said, once the Rumble happens, we'll get a better idea of what's going on. But for right now, I think things are definitely leading towards that match. Everybody wants, everybody's been clamoring for. So, but we'll find out. That's gonna do it for us on this episode of the Bury the Booking podcast. I want to thank you for listening to this episode and all the other episodes. If you didn't listen to them, go back, listen to them. Just do it. Just do it. Just marathon them. Just get all the way back up to this point. And hopefully you do that before our next episode when we talk about whatever transpires next Like 2024 hit, and it's already been a wild ride, a wild week in wrestling. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. That will do it for us. Again, this is Del. That's Devin. We are signing off. We will see you on the next episode of the Buried in Booking Podcast. Take care.